Plaintiff Nicole Siegenthaler admits she made a lot of mistakes when she was younger, including totaling her car while driving drunk. However, Nicole insists she's turned her life around, and she's suing the defendant today because she crashed into Nicole's car and refuses to pay for the damages or medical bills. Defendant Cheyenne Bloom says she too made a lot of mistakes and used to have a reputation as a party girl. But after she gave birth to her daughter 2 years ago, she did a complete 180. Cheyenne admits that she hit Nicole's car, but she claims that the vehicle had pre-existing damages that she's blaming Cheyenne for.
Prove your case.
Well, Your Honor, unlike a lot of young people, I have learned from my mistakes. I used to regret my mistakes, and now I learned to grow from them and just to move on. I've been in a really bad relationship for a long time, and at the present moment now, I am in a good relationship with Jacob.
When did you end the other one?
A year ago.
When did you start with him?
A year ago.
Just tested.
5 years ago. And probably one of the biggest mistakes that I've ever made in my life was when I was 21, I got a DUI. I overturned my SUV and it totaled.
How did it turn over? How did it flip over?
I must have overturned my wheel and then I just flipped. And after that, I got my license taken away for about a year, and then I had to downgrade to kind of a hoopty car. So that was a big eye-opener. We'll never drink and drive ever again. So that was a lesson learned.
Plaintiff Nicole Siegenthaler is suing the defendant because she claims soon after the defendant got out of alcohol rehab, she crashed into Nicole's car and now refuses to pay for the damages.
Let me hear from you.
Well, I do have a very well-known reputation as being a party girl, and, you know, I've made a lot of bad mistakes, and I do regret a lot of the mistakes I have made.
You all sound like you have a lot in common.
I have had a lot of downfalls, such as the plaintiff. I have had a DUI myself, and...
How many?
Just one.
Okay.
I have been in a lot of fights, and...
How long ago was your DUI?
It was 4 years ago.
Okay. All right, let me get back to her. When did this occur?
January 2010.
All right. Go ahead.
I was leaving Walmart and I was craving a cheeseburger, so I decided to turn into McDonald's, and then bam, I was hit by Shanna, and I pulled up to the parking lot and I could not get out of my driver door because of being hit, so I crawled out the passenger way, and all I remember is just kind of feeling a little bit jolted and a little bit out of it, and I remember her saying, "Please don't call the cops, please don't call the cops. I just got out of alcohol rehab, just getting my life back on track. I'll do anything, I'll pay you cash. Please can we work something out?" And all I really wanted to was just go to the hospital and make sure I was okay. And she actually drove me to my apartment, and then Jacob called a friend and brought me to the hospital. I did not have anything, internal bleeding or anything, but I did just have basically a neck sprain. And they gave me some pills just for the pain. And after that, I had talked to Cheyenne, and we decided that I would go to get estimates, thinking that it would just
Did she agree to pay?
She said that she would pay whatever the damage was.
All right. Let me hear from you, and I'll get back to you on the rest of your conversation with her. She said you just came out of rehab.
That is not correct, Your Honor. It would have been 3 years ago. It was right after my first DUI that I was in rehab. 2 years ago, I did have my daughter, and she is an eye-opener for me. She completely changed not only my life, but my whole family's life. And
that's what they call whiskey in the morning eye-openers.
I'm not going to get in there. He says instead of the baby, you're having whiskey in the morning as an eye-opener.
No, Your Honor.
Go ahead. The baby changed your life, and that does happen a lot.
She completely changed my life, and I still do drink occasionally socially with my friends. I just have cut back and slowed my roll.
Were you drinking this day that you had the car accident?
I did have one drink, sir.
All right, let me hear what happened from your point of view.
While I was coming outside the McDonald's parking lot, and I was pulling out, and she was coming off the main road and was turning into the parking lot, and she more or less had turned in too sharply into my lane, and I had hit her sideways. There was already a dent in her car from the beginning, coincidentally in the same spot.
How do you know?
She had admitted it. It was.
Ma'am, did you tell someone you had a...
I told her that I said, because she didn't want me to go to the cops, and I said, I'm not really worried about my car. And this is before I knew that I can't get into my car normally. And yes, it was slightly dented. And
You told her you had a dent in the exact same place?
not in the exact same spot, but somewhere just right next to it.
Yes.
But I was able to still open my door and still be able to open the lock.
My point is, ma'am, that's certainly going to be her defense, because by your own admission, you already had damages there. You wanted to speak, sir?
Yes, there
You have to
was
stand up. You have to tell me your name.
Jacob, and there was
Do you have a last name, Jacob?
Jacob Mick.
Huh?
Jacob Mick.
All right. What do you want to tell me?
Well, there was a little dent there before. It was this big, but it wasn't as extensive as.
I don't know. Can you prove it?
Well, she has.
Do you have pictures before the accident?
No, we don't.
All right.
So, but I mean, it wasn't causing the car door to not open, and from her hitting it, it wasn't opening because of her hitting
All right.
it.
Let me see the pictures. And she agreed to pay for this, ma'am?
I remember her saying to go get some estimates. And after I brought my car to 3 different places, the damages were worth more than what the car's worth, because I purchased the car for $2,500.
Show me the picture that makes reference to a door. I didn't see that. Maybe I'm missing something where the door did not open.
The red one.
Well, you cannot really see it.
Right. Now, do you have a picture of your own?
Yeah, this little down
That's at the
here was
bottom.
before she hit me right here, which makes the door go in, which I cannot open my door
Ma'am,
now.
did you agree to pay for all the damage?
Not all the damage. The damage that I had
Do
caused.
you know what damage you caused?
Not what she's asking, sir.
Plaintiff Nicole Siegenthaler is suing the defendant because she claims soon after the defendant got out of alcohol rehab, she crashed into Nicole's car and now refuses to pay for the damages.
Can you prove the damage that she caused? It's your burden to prove it. Because she said she didn't cause all the damage.
I was able to function my car and get in my car like a
I
normal
don't know
person.
that, ma'am. It's on your burden to prove it. She has produced pictures that show what purports to be the damage. You looked at those pictures. I said, can you show me any of those pictures that demonstrate that you are incapable of opening your door, which you say was the additional damage? You can't show me. I said, is there anywhere in the world that they exist? You said no.
No, I see them, but you can't see it because of the redness.
Can't you see them? But why can't I see them, man?
Can I show you?
Yeah, show
Okay,
Doyle.
so
See if he
before
can see it.
there
Maybe
was-
it's my vision.
Before,
No. Show Doyle and he'll show it to me. You don't approach the bench.
You go back to your.
You know better than to approach the bench like that.
before this was rusting up.
You've
That
been in
didn't
court.
look perfect.
You're going to be in
She
court
had hit me
again
right
if you
here,
drunk
was not
today.
hit
It sounds
before.
like you are. And you seeing things.
Goes in. That was not from before.
Okay, that's
You
from
see
before.
anything?
That
Do
means
you
this
see
little rust part
anything,
before.
Doyle?
What?
It was.
Do you see anything?
It wasn't that big.
No, it was not that
Let me
big.
see
It
it.
was
It
that door
wasn't that
part.
big.
Doyle said he doesn't
was-
see it either.
That's from before.
That little, and there was like a little part that's huge now.
I don't know.
Nothing was
Okay.
from before.
Show her this picture. Ma'am, was that damage on the door there to your knowledge?
Your Honor, I really don't know.
All right, and she believes it was, and it looks fresh to me. You have your estimate?
Would you like to see my hospital bills too?
Sure.
Hospital bill for that night.
Did you agree
Honor,
to pay
may I-
for a hospital bill?
Your Honor, I had offered to take her to the hospital that night and she declined.
And you are a physician of some sort?
No, I'm not, but if
So when you got to the hospital, she still was going to have treatment.
she was hurt, correct. I don't believe that she was hurt as much as she
So
said
why
she
did you
was.
offer to take her to the hospital?
Because if she was hurt, I wanted her to get treated.
But you just said you don't believe she was hurt.
I don't, but
So if you don't
I
believe
offered,
a person is hurt, you don't take him to the hospital.
well, I offered.
It sounds like you might be getting drunk too. That's like me saying to Doe, I'm glad you made it to work today. Can I take you to the hospital? Sure. All right, ma'am, I believe you're liable. 821 as I'm looking at for the doctor bill, and $1,470 Oh, okay. You
And
want
the
to
thing
show me
is-
something else, even after I'm granting you
I just say
everything
something?
you asked for.
Can I
You
just-
have to be
You
drunk
just-
today.
Just
There's no
telling you how much
question.
you
I've just told you I'm going to give you everything you asked for. Yet you want to prove something different, obviously. Prove something different so I can subtract it from everything that you... Yeah, prove-
What
come
I
on.
wanted to say was I just got the Kelly Blue Book. My car is fair condition, so I thought I wanted to be fair. I don't, I just think that the hospital bill
Let's
plus
see it.
the fair condition of the Kelly Blue Book.
And you think this is total?
That's what all the three people said,
You're asking for $1,470.
plus 821, so 2291. 2,000.
Don't say anything.
That's what you just said.
That's what I just said. I'm going to order you to have alcohol test this morning and drugs. You sounded like a fairly bright lady. So it has to be drugs or alcohol this morning that's affecting your reasoning. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. You sure you want it? Good day.
Thank you.